and said, knowest thou wherefore I come unto thee? And now will I return to fight with the prince of Persia. And when I am gone forth, lo, the prince of Persia shall come. But I will show thee that which is noted in the scripture of truth. And there is none that holdeth with me in these things, but Michael, your prince. We look forward now to Brother Nigel's comments around the great prince which standeth for the children of God. The Archangel.
Just see if you can check if you can get sound on the YouTube.
Thanks, John, and welcome to everyone to Bible class this evening. Our subject for this evening is Michael, the Archangel, and in a few weeks, I believe it is, Nicola is going to be doing Gabriel, the angel. So we've got two classes on these two named angels, and when I got this subject, I thought, this will be fairly straightforward. I should do that quite easily. But as soon as you sit down and prepare, you realise that you're in deep water. So there was a fair bit of homework to do, and I've learned a lot from putting this study together. So hopefully I can give you some of that knowledge that I've learned as well. So because it's the first of two classes, we're going to have a quick look at what the angels are and a few things about the angels, more specifically about the role of Michael and how what the angels do interact with what we're going to be looking at this evening. There's obviously a lot more around. But we're going to have a look at Michael the Archangel, and he is described as the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people. Princes are fairly high in the news at the moment. What makes a prince a prince? What makes a prince a prince? Or what is special about a prince? Why would we call someone a prince? Son of a king, which means they're a heir to the throne. That's what a prince is, an heir to the throne. They used to kill them, and then they probably just take away their title if they were a threat. So being a prince was something that was born to you as the son of a king, and it meant that you were an heir to a throne. And that prince title, which is given here, comes up quite a few times through tonight. So keep that in your mind.
Chairman here, I'm just talking to him. He reckons I've got maybe the mic off that.
So what we're going to have a look at tonight.
This is my noise cancelling input, so that wouldn't be that one.
Because they are in their role, background, they're there as God's representatives. They're not there for themselves.
Yeah, I've got
so within Scripture, we have the angels doing the work. So it's sort of, they can be called God and get lost in the record. So it is a hard subject to dig out what the angels are doing and who's doing what when we read through it, because they're God's representatives. We know that there's angels around us all the time, and watching what we do and watching over our lives and all that sort of thing. But we really carry on as if they're not there, probably most of the time, when we know that they are watching over us. So their background role makes them quite a difficult subject to get a very clear picture about. And there's only a very few glimpses into the work of the angels that we can actually see and put together some information about what they're doing. So what we see is the angel's role is about manifesting God, doing his will, showing his power. It's not about glory for themselves. It's about God manifestation, not angelic glory. And in Scripture, there is only two of the angels that are given a name. And we're going to see tonight that that name is not quite as straightforward as we would be led to believe. We'll see that the work of the angels is considered to be the work of God. So that comes out very clearly through Scripture. we'll see that angels have different levels of responsibility. We saw that in the reading tonight, where one angel who was talking to Daniel says, I was having trouble when I had to get some help. So they work together to achieve the goals that they are given, and they have different levels of responsibility. They have different commissions or tasks to perform. His role is, his name gets used when it's talking about those subjects. Whereas Michael is described as being responsible for God's children. And that is natural Israel and also spiritual Israel as well with this name. We'll see that come out as we go through. We'll also see that Michael's name can be prophetic and symbolic as well as physical. And in the end, we'll have a look and see what encouragement can we take from what we've looked at this evening. So, basic, an angel mentioned in Scripture in the Hebrew and in the Greek really means the same thing: a messenger or a representative or an envoy. And we know that the term God can also be used.
So my options are digital audio interface, cam link, AI noise cancelling, microphone array, Realtek, and a microphone droid cam.
When we're going through these things.
And I have it on.
Think about creation, and we go, who made all things, and we say God made all things. When you actually have a look at it, you'll see that the Elohim, the angels, made all of the bits and pieces of creation.
No, the box,
the glory
the
of that
mic
work.
box,
And the first time
doesn't
that
have any
Yahweh
light speaking
himself
on
gets
it,
involved,
but the one
is when he
on
makes
the screen
man
does.
So there is a very close tie between God
Another
himself
microphone.
and the creation of man. So the first man being Adam, the first son of God being Adam, God worked on that himself.
The lights aren't coming up on the box.
Of creation that we see. But in
There's
Scripture,
something
it says
unplugged.
God did this and God did that. And it was the angels. So the angels don't take the glory for that work. God, the glory for that work.
You know, the screen's there, just no, the lights aren't doing what they should. There's no movement. Does that mean the mic's maybe not working?
So attributes of an angel that we know,
Check the mic.
we know that they can't
Seems to be on.
we know that they can't die.
Box here
We
too.
know that they can
Got
be
that
invisible or visible.
volume
Come
box.
and go as they choose.
I'm not sure which
They can
side of
walk,
that
they
that
can
is,
fly
so
to
I
a
don't
different
really know how to.
spot. They can be anywhere they want. They can even drive fiery chariots. So there's all sorts of things that these angels will do as part of their work. Perform miracles.
And the audio's coming through the speakers fine.
Direct world affairs, as we've seen in Daniel chapter 10 already this evening. We see that they have to work at their task. Daniel 10 is one of the few places where we get a glimpse into the work of an angel, and the fact that they don't just wave a magic wand and it's all done. They have to, and he had to call in help to achieve the things he had to achieve. So they have to work at their task to achieve what they're doing. And we saw from the reading also that they work as a team. They work together to do those things they've got to do. They have different levels of responsibility.
Talking about on the
Some have specific commissions that they're supposed to be working on and bringing to pass through Scripture.
Yeah, there's a USB with a little white light on it.
We see from tonight that they also have different levels of knowledge about what's going on, and they're not generally known by their own name.
There's a little white light on the top of it.
As we said, it's only used or done twice.
No, on the USB.
The angels of God's workers.
It's poking out of the hub.
Here we have a couple of examples about where God makes a promise, but the angels work on the fulfillment of that promise. Genesis 16, we have the angel of Yahweh says, Ishmael will become a great nation. And God gives that promise to them.
It's all plugged in.
Chapter
wondering if I should restart
Israel
that app.
is in the wilderness, he's about to die. Well, that's going to be the end of the promise. If that happens, the angels,
She reckons when I play with something, the lights changed.
They step in and they fix the problem and
I'm here.
they address and keep him alive, and they're there to make sure what promise is fulfilled. They're working and watching to make sure those things happen. Same thing in Genesis 12, where Abraham, gets a promise from God, but when Abraham sends his servant to find a wife for Isaac, he says, Yahweh, before whom I walk, will send his angel with thee and prosper thy way. Abraham knew that the angels will make God's promise to prosper. And he sees that there as well. So,
She reckoned the light came on again. I said, yeah, it's not bad.
sets out his plan and purpose, and the angels are there to make sure. Angels working under Yahweh's name. The subject we're looking at tonight, Michael, the Archangel, is an angel working under a name. Here we have, and like most of the angels, they're working under God's name. And here we have the instructions that the Israelites get with the Ten Commandments. So in Exodus 23, in the chapters before, they get the Ten Commandments,
Restarting the
rules
screen.
and regulations, and then this is what God says to them. Behold, I send an angel before thee to keep thee in the way, and to bring thee into the place which I have prepared. Beware of him, and obey his voice. Provoke him not, for he will not pardon your transgressions, for my name is in him. He's working under God's name. And if thou shalt indeed obey his voice and do all that I speak, then I will be an enemy to thine enemies and an adversary unto thine adversaries. For my angel shall go before thee and bring thee in. So we have here, an angel which is going with the children of Israel through the wilderness, and God says, my name's in him, so beware of him. Watch out for him, because he's got my authority to direct and to discipline and to help you. But in verse 23, he's going to bring you into that land. It didn't mean it was going to be an easy path, and they obviously didn't beware of him, but the angel brings them in to the promised land, which God had promised the angel works together with. Here's an interesting one. Samson is promised by the angel of Yahweh